Hey, Taurus, intuitive soul coach here with your April 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome, Taurus. Now I'm getting the energy here of feelings bubbling to the surface that you may have repressed, or perhaps you've let go of some deep-seated wounding or pain of the past, and you're fully ready, Taurus, to embrace a new beginning. Bottom of the deck here, we have a fresh start, and I am getting that you have been, look at that, Six of Swords starting off here. You're ready to depart from an energy of the past that didn't bring you joy, okay? That's where you're headed now. There was a situation that, again, you may have repressed emotions, or perhaps you were in an energy of being single and you want to branch off. You want to explore. If you were in a relationship, I feel some of you could have learned some very valuable lessons in this dynamic, but now you may be asking yourself which way to go from here on out, because I do see movement showing up with the Six of Swords. Yeah, and in the recent past here, you have a new beginning showing up, or you are choosing, because you also have the Seven of Cups. So there's choices to be made here, and you may have already made your choice. And that's kind of what I get here, is you've made your choice to have some sort of new beginning. And a lot of you, this new beginning happened around possibly September, October of 2023. And you may see it coming full circle by fall season of 2024. Yeah, what you have coming in here is the Ace of Cups. You're ready to lay down some burdens. A lot of you already have, and you're opening yourself up to dreaming, exploring, imagining what else is possible. So I'm really liking this for you, Taurus, because as we near Taurus season, you're starting to reconsider how far you've come and what you want out of your future. And that's a really big energy as we approach your birth time. For those of you Sun Taurians out there, how'd you like? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, yeah, beautiful. Some of you have been betrayed or hurt in the past deeply, with the Seven of Swords showing up in the hopes and fears position. Let's see here. Final outcome, please, for Taurus. Wow. Okay. Look at that. You have Three Pentacles. So some of you are definitely working on your stability here in the physical. You could be focusing on building a family. You could be focused on your material world, but also about not letting maybe emotions get the best of you. You're reconsidering on a grander scale, but a lot of you are going to have some emotions that bubble to the surface, and that's okay. We don't want to repress them. We don't want to let them fester and sit within the body, because then that can create dis-ease. So Taurus, where we're heading here, in the past, you do have the Leaves. There was some sort of gradual shift taking place for you, and either you are entering into a new relationship here. Some of you, this could be a relationship with self. I get that for a lot of you. A lot of you have went through a spiritual awakening, because the Leaves here show the colors of the change, right? You've gone through a lot of different seasons of your life, seasons of yourself in a dynamic or in a relationship, and you're seeing this shift within you. So some of you may even notice that what made you happy in the past no longer makes you happy now. And there's an energy here in the deep past of maybe discontent, even a little bit of boredom. What else is possible? And I keep getting that for you here, showing up in your energy with this Page of Cups, right? What else is possible? You want to be in love, or you want to feel the love all around you. But it's interesting, and I'm skipping ahead here for a moment because they're highlighting the ship in the background. But this ship is empty in a sense. It's white. It's almost as if use your imagination to see what this could look like for you with the Knight of Cups. And that's the energy I'm picking up here for you in a big way. And you're starting to open your heart up to imagine what else is possible. What other life could I have that is more adventurous, that's more exciting, that's filled with more passion, more desire, more love. And you're recognizing it here in the month of April. Taurus, you have the Lantern card. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I'm getting the name here, Rodney or Rod or Rodney. Please take that as it resonates. And I just heard Sabrina as well. So I'm not sure if those two are connected, Sabrina or Rod. Okay. And I also see move or travel for some of you. And that could be part of the Lantern. Some of you could even meet someone at a distance and you're exploring the ideas of possibly a move or what a relationship could look like if the two of you were together. If you're in a relationship currently, I do see that there's been a big shift and maybe you're ready to spice things up or you're ready to move in a direction or take a relationship to the next level here. But there are a lot of opportunities here for you in the present, in the month of April, because the Lantern here, something is lit within you. This is a re-spark for love, for romance, for passion. This is a really wonderful energy. And I also am getting here that some of you could be joining a group, joining a class, joining a workshop, or starting a membership at maybe a gym, or maybe you're signing up for a culinary school or something of that nature. And you could meet the love of your life at some sort of event or group that you sign up for. I'm also getting, if you're in a relationship, it would be very beneficial for the two of you to get out of your comfort zone and come together because something has become a little bit stagnant and you're recognizing that here and you're really questioning, is this a relationship I want to be in? But some of you, I'm just going to tell you, a small percentage, some of you, yes, you do want to be in a relationship, but you may be asking, is the grass greener? And I feel like it's only because something has become very stagnant. If you want to renew that spark between the both of you, you absolutely can. Now, we do see here in the future, you have the Canoe card here, Taurus. This is upcoming adventure. This is exciting. Some of you, it's travel. Some of you could be taking a cruise, going on maybe a kayak, a canoe, a paddleboard. You may be getting out in the water. April is a come alive type of energy. So I feel like you're spending more time either in the wilderness or you're spending more time planning adventures or being spontaneous. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of spontaneity for you. So there could be someone or something that happens out of the blue. And I feel it is going to be a really exciting time for you. Bottom of the deck here, what you don't necessarily see, maybe you do, but subconsciously it's what you're working on creating, is some sort of fresh start with the eggs. I also get fertility here. So if some of you are wanting to start a family, April could be a really wonderful month. And for those of you that may celebrate even Easter, that could be a big time as well. With the eggs, some of you could be traveling, visiting family. You may be getting together with friends and you could meet someone there as well, or it would be a really great bonding energy here. Yeah, look at this intense passion showing up underneath this. So there's definitely... The cinnamon is an aphrodisiac, right? And there's star anise here, which is healing. And you have cardinal, messages from spirit. So there's some sort of divine intervention I feel happening here that's part of your soul's path. Like you were meant to be where you are at right here, right now, Taurus. So if this is a new love coming in or if this is an existing one, there's going to be a new opportunity here for you to kind of switch up the energy. So starting off, you have the Six of Swords. There's a departure. And for some of you, it is a move. Okay, Six of Swords. Excuse me if I said Six of Pentacles. But Six of Swords here is about freeing yourself from a situation that may have even been beyond repair. Okay, remember what I said earlier about a small percentage? You may be questioning, is the grass greener? Small percentage of you, it can be repaired is what I'm getting, because there's a lot of happiness here, or there was at one time, but the sun is crossing your path here. I really get the energy that some of you are, again, traveling, you're spending time in sunshine, spending time with your soul tribe. The sun is showing up as the challenge for you. So it's like, what can you do here to depart from things that don't bring you happiness? And the sun is a very, very powerful energy about being in the moment. It is about abundance. It's about enjoying those that you spend your time with. It is the energy here of being able to bring in happiness and good health, and it's the center of the universe, right? Healthy ego. And for some of you, because you've gone through such a difficult period with that Seven of Swords in the past here, I do see here that you at times tend to self-sabotage, or you're waiting for that rug to kind of get pulled out from underneath you, or some of you are afraid to open yourself up to happiness, because what if you're happy, it can all get pulled back in a moment's time. So that could be what you're departing from, is some of those fears around your own happiness. Yeah, Six of Swords. You're definitely moving on. You're leaving the past in the past. This is a spiritual transition or a journey to something better for you. And I also see some of you are going to do the eat, pray, love thing. You may be leaving behind a family dynamic or a tradition, or you just need to get away and shake up your routine. That's what I see here for you. Now, with the sun showing up as crossing your energy, I do feel that you are bringing more happiness into your world, especially if something had become stagnant or it went past its expiration date. They're showing me a moldy loaf of bread here. So it's almost as if you knew that something was well past its expiration date, but you didn't throw it out, right? You didn't throw it out. You kept it sitting there and you had to see it every day. It's like, I know I should throw this out, but why don't I? So some of you are a little too hard on yourself at times, Taurus, which you can be. But I absolutely see without a doubt that you're turning things around here because you want happiness. You want joy. I mean, who doesn't, right? And you have the horse there behind the sun, or excuse me, in front of the sun, and that represents freedom. You have the kangaroo, so family as well. Dolphin, there's playfulness. You have the small labradoodle or lab, and this is about loyalty, as well as the turtle showing up, or the tortoise. So I feel like this is ease and grace and just feeling good about who you are in your own skin and the people that you surround yourself, what you do for a living. This is all about embracing the moment and being here now, because some of you got lost in the past at some point, or lost within some sort of decision making. Because what's below you here in the foundation is the Seven of Cups. This is choices, right? Sometimes this can even be getting lost in a little bit of a fantasy. But I almost feel like some of you may have went back on a choice or a decision that you've made. Perhaps you thought you wanted to move away from a relationship, but then you changed your mind. Or perhaps you thought you didn't want to be with this person and then you did. So I'm getting a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of wishy-washy energy, but I see here that you are making up your mind. You're focusing, because in the recent past, you do have the Ace of Wands. So some sort of passionate new beginning is what you are working on manifesting if you haven't already. But you don't want to make the wrong choice because of the Seven of Swords showing up. And in order to, I don't want to say not make the wrong choice, because every choice you make is part of your soul's growth. But the choice that is going to be best for you here, Taurus, is for you not to lie to yourself, not to wear some sort of rose-colored lens, for you not to build someone in your mind's eye better than they are, not to fall in love with potential, not to sabotage your love by telling yourself you're not good enough, you're not handsome enough, you're not pretty enough, or you don't make enough money, right? So I feel like there's been an energy here of staying in this choice, right? Staying within this energy because you're afraid that if you make the wrong choice, you're going to end up at square one. And I see here that you're leaving that behind you, because what's different this time around is you've learned the valuable lessons that you were meant to learn. So maybe that person of the past, they came in to teach you. And even though it was tough love in a way, maybe it wasn't love at all, it felt very challenging, but they wouldn't have been able to help you learn a lesson if it wasn't difficult, if it wasn't maybe full of betrayal or full of grief or loss or whatever it may have been. Okay, this could be a family member, a lover, a child, a spouse. I mean, please take it as it resonates. Now, in the recent past, there's your Ace of Wands. Some of you did feel that the fire went out. I do get that here. Ace of Wands, I think it showed up here in reverse, but I'm reading it intuitively And I feel like the flame is on the lower end. It's almost as if there's not enough kerosene for that lantern, right? It's like you ran out and you're wondering, do I go get new? Do I go get, more kerosene to refill? Or do I just snuff this out and go elsewhere and find a new lantern? But that energy, that fire, that passion has been within you all along. And I do get here that something is being refueled within you. And you may have been looking outwards. You may have been looking for more kerosene or a brand new lantern, right? External. It reminds me of the hermit energy holding the lantern when the entire time that energy was in the hermit all along. But you had to do some deep soul searching here. So you're feeling inspired. I see here you're feeling inspired to take action towards a new beginning. And we have double aces showing up here. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, beautiful energy. It confirms this fresh start that we have coming in subconsciously for you. So this is about flow. And remember what I said about the moldy bread? It's almost as if there's a puddle of water, right, that doesn't have any place to go. There's no flow. It's not going anywhere. It's just sitting, pooling. It tends to fester and grow bacteria and get that green, slimy stuff at the top of it, right? That's what happens when energy does not flow. It gets stuck and it gets, it can create dis-ease or discord even in one's life or within a relationship. And I feel like you don't want that. That's where that Six of Swords was at. You're saying, I've learned, I'm taking responsibility. I'm being honest with myself. I am recognizing some of the patterns, because you see here that on this seashell, it's almost like there's patterns here. So I feel like you're recognizing here, Taurus, the patterns that have played out and the patterns you don't want to repeat. And you're opening yourself up to the flow of love, which is quite beautiful here, because what's coming in is because you're doing so, you're making some choices, some decisions. And I feel that pattern for some of you, it really has to do with you wanting to fix or heal maybe other people, or you may have tended to notice that you take on other people's stuff, or you tell yourself, well, when that person gets better or when they start acting this way, it'll be better, right? So again, remember what we said earlier about falling in love with an illusion or falling in love with potential, or, it's about being in the moment and either accepting someone for who they are without restrictions. But I feel like a lot of you with this 10 of Wands showing up here, it's almost too much to bear. You've had to bear the weight of a situation for far too long. And I feel like some of you, you're done. You're done with the burdens. You're done with maybe repeating a pattern. You're done with the single life or the back and forth, whatever this may be for you. And you're laying something to rest. And it's almost as if as soon as you surrender, here comes new love. Okay. And this may have been difficult for you because you may be saying, Melissa, I've done this in the past, but here I am still single, right? Or I have laid this to rest in the past, but it keeps repeating. Again, what's different now is you've come to the end. You've come to the end because you recognize a pattern. You recognize why this person was in your life or is in your life. You're recognizing the role that you play together instead of looking externally or maybe even playing victim at times. I mean, we all can get to that victim mentality, but the 10 of Wands here, Taurus, is also a Mr. Fix-It, Mrs. Fix-It, right? I want to fix this. If I can only fix this situation, everything will be better. And you're realizing that it's not necessarily about fixing. It's about growing, learning, evolving, being present, boundaries. It is about you going within and you shining that light by you raising your frequency. And you'll notice that sometimes when you raise your frequency, that situations, they no longer align with you. Now, what are you feeling at this time? Imagination. And this is where we have skipped ahead earlier with this Page of Cups, because you can see that she's looking out there at the ship. She knows it's on the horizon, but it's almost as if that ship doesn't have any energy, character. There's no color. It's just the white ship. So this is where it's important for you to use your imagination, which we see that you have, and you're probably thinking, Melissa, you're contradicting, right? but it's about you've already raised your frequency here, Taurus. Now, what is it that you truly want now that you've laid down some of the burdens? And I feel that some of these burdens have to do with, again, that Seven of Swords that we see here in the hopes and fears, betrayal, dishonesty, hurt. It could have even been lying to oneself. And even lying to oneself can be, I don't deserve this, right? I don't deserve this type of love, or, getting into that victim mentality of woe is me even. And I feel like that's what you're laying to rest. And as soon as you do that here, you're going to open yourself up to a new opportunity to say, this is what I want in love, right? This is the type of relationship I want, or the family dynamic, or new beginning. Because the Page of Cups is the beginning of a relationship. It's the beginning stages here of a new level. So even if you're in a relationship, how can you expand? How can you grow? How can you create? Use your imagination. Because some of you, with this Ace of Wands in the lower frequency, there was a creative block. You weren't able to see what this could look like for you. Or you didn't believe it. Thank you. Spirit just said believe. So belief may be a big factor that you lost sight of, right? Maybe you didn't believe that your ship was coming in. Maybe you didn't believe that this dynamic could shift. And for some of you, it's getting honest with yourself and saying, this dynamic is never going to be what I need it to be, point blank. Okay. And if that's the case, you need to be honest with yourself and move in a new direction, which a lot of you are. Now, what's going on in your hopes and fears, Taurus? You have the Four of Swords. This is rest. There's that butterfly, major transformation here. I am getting with this Four of Swords. Some of you may have been overworking, overthinking, obsessing about an energy here. Yeah, obsession with that sun, because the Four of Swords are showing up here in the lower frequency, lower vibration, or the reverse. And it says that there's been too much over analyzing something here. That's what you may need to let go of with the 10 of Wands. Okay, 10 of Wands energy here for you. I also get that some of you are physically exhausted, or you just need to work on eliminating some of the responsibilities so you can enjoy life again. So you can feel that passion, that desire. So rest that mind. For those of you that are overthinking things, rest that mind. Because some of you are going down a path here with the hopes and fears. And remember, this is your belief here. What you hope for, you start to believe, and you can start to, raise your frequencies or attract what it is that you want, or sometimes what you don't want by tending to your beliefs. And if you believe that everybody is, a wolf disguised in sheep as a sheep, right? You may tend to still attract some of those people. But if you are saying, yes, I've been deceived in the past. Yes, I was lying to myself. Or yes, the situation was less than ideal, but I've learned from that. And now I don't have to repeat that same lesson. And I feel for some of you, you were really stuck on this deception for quite some time. Now remember, this is in your hopes and fears. So it's not present here. A lot of you, I'm really loving this energy because this is new opportunities. It's releasing, letting something go that's been heavy. And for some of you, it was cheating. Whether you were the cheater, they were the cheater, lying, okay? Something with lies, something with not being fully honest with oneself. For some of you, I am getting that it's almost as if someone was wearing a mask and they completely, they gave you one illusion of who they were, but then you've seen the other side of them and you're like, where did this come from? And you may be beating yourself up and saying, well, how did I not know? I married this person, or how did I not know that they were wearing a mask here? Some of you, I am getting, there was some sort of abuse, okay? And if that's the case, please seek professional guidance, but get out, right? That's that Six of Swords. Get out of the situation here. But I am getting that you are being honest with yourself about your future, about what you want, about love, around, creating your reality in a new way, a new light, literally with the lantern, right? And this does look very bright. And you're going to have the sun show up for you. I absolutely see that. The joy is going to live on within you by making some of these choices and changes right here, right now. Now you had three final cards that came up in your outcome. You have all pentacles. So the pentacles is, you know, material world, finances. It can be health. It can be body, but it can also be about what you are creating in the material world, right? And you have the Page of Pentacles, honesty. You're getting honest, and look at that. You see the colorful eggs there, and that kind of collaborates here with a fresh start. So you are coming to a point where you could even be manifesting a new connection, one that is based on generosity, Six of Pentacles, one that is equal give and take, one that is, you know, full of independence, not codependence. And some of you, that was a part of a lesson here in the past, is being codependent maybe on another. Nine of Pentacles is beautiful. You can see that she's absolutely been through a lot, but she's creating a life that she loves, that she's proud of. So even if you're single at this time, by you stepping into this Nine of Pentacles energy, it's opening you up to attract, you know, that ace, which we see here, double aces showing up in your reading. That's going to lead to that 10 of Pentacles. But I see that something has been one-sided in the past with the Six of Pence, right? Someone was taking and not giving, or something may have been very one-sided, but that's part of this honesty card, part of the Page of Pentacles coming in, where you're actually manifesting a new physical opportunity in matters of the heart, to be able to be generous, to be kind. Some of you are also, I'm getting same sex, possibly same-sex relationship. But I also feel that there is satisfaction here within the choices that you have made and that you will make moving forward. Because I mean, the Nine of Pence is a wonderful energy to be in. And you can see that she has that rose in her mouth as well. So I feel like love is being offered here to you, or it will be soon enough. Beautiful. All right, let's get a message here from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have, please, for Taurus? Regeneration. Look at that. It's card 46. Some of you may be 46 years old. You have regeneration. So this is like that rebirth, that phoenix rising from the ashes. All right. And the message for you, Taurus, is this. This is about rebirth, second chances, and literally it says new opportunities, right? New opportunities here showing up. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. The world is based on connections and relationships, Taurus. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. That could be that Seven of Swords, okay? Some of you, I mean, yes, there could have actually, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but we tend to feel like life is over. But that's not how energy works, right? Energy transforms into something else. So even if someone has physically left this earthly realm, right, their soul still remains. We're still, you know, connected energetically. And if you've lost a relationship or it feels like a failure, look at it as an opportunity for growth, for transformation. And that's what the message is here for you. It says there's life after death, love after loss. And in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Yes, we see that all over your reading here. Love is definitely rising up. It's rising up, and because you are changing and shifting your vibration, right? Because, and we say that with this gradual shift, it's taken a long time. Don't get me wrong here, Taurus. It's taken a long time for you to get to this point, but you're coming alive, right? And some of you, you've gone through, or you are currently going through a major Kundalini awakening. And this is really quite beautiful here and very transformative. All right, let's get a message here from the soul's truth and see what your soul wants you to know at this time. regarding love, relationships, matters of the heart. What does your soul want you to know at this time? Okay. Earlier we talked about surrender, right? With this 10 of Wands. And even though some of you said, Melissa, I have surrendered for quite some time, sometimes subconsciously we don't even realize that something is still registering as wrong or as a trauma response or as self-sabotage or neglect or childhood wounding, right? Or there's something here that you may still have been working on, but maybe you weren't fully aware of or conscious of. But I feel like you're dropping the last of whatever some sort of difficulty was. And you're fully surrendering in ways that you never have before. How can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see, but you know is coming. Okay, two things there. First of all, remember what we're talking about with the Page of Cups. She sees it on the horizon, but there's no substance to it, right? So have gratitude. I also see here, the second part is this Four of Swords, not obsessing about it, trusting, putting it out to the universe. This is the type of love that I want. I want reciprocity. I want trust. I want loyalty. I want, want what you want, of course, but then send it out to the universe instead of staring at that ship, waiting every single second and saying, well, it's not here yet. That means I'm not worthy, or it's not, it's not happening in this timing. It's getting further away, because you're going to drive yourself crazy. I want you to look at that ship, add substance to it, and then, wait for that ship to come in. Because as they say, if you stare at a boiling pot, right, it's not going to boil. And I feel for a lot of you, you are working on releasing some sort of control as well. Control could be a big thing here. It says your soul action, Taurus, know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose. And the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Today's mantra: I surrender, I accept all that I cannot change, I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. Yeah, because that's why we tend to control, because we don't trust, right? Control and trust are in the same hands, as I like to say, right? It's something that we feel like we have control of an illusion, which basically that's what it is some sort of illusion of control, but really, it's not. It's just, it makes us feel like we're in control. But I feel like you are meant to trust at this time. Trust, even though things haven't turned out in the highest form. Wow. Okay. As I put my hand down, these cards all came up. And this card wanted to sneak out. I don't know if you caught that there on camera, but I went to go touch this one and they came up, and this abrupt ending. The cow skull. It's almost as if there was an abrupt ending in the past. Some of you, this goes way back to childhood. Maybe dad left suddenly. Okay, maybe mom left, or you were uprooted in some way. Maybe you had to move quickly. Okay, for others of you, I mean, there could have been an abrupt ending in a relationship, or you may have had an aha moment. Even though we have a gradual shift taking place here, I feel like there was another instance in your life where something came to a complete halt. And that's when you had to kind of face the music. You had to get honest with yourself and say, wow, what's happening here? But how do I move through this? So I feel like this was probably one of the most profound transformative times of your life, Taurus, is some sort of ending that occurred, even if it was 5 years old, 25 years old, 55, 95. I feel like there is an ending here of an old cycle, of an old pattern, or some old pain that you've carried with you, and you're not letting that mask your Knight of Cups any longer. Right? You're putting yourself out there. I feel like you're opening your heart, because some of you, you've wore your heart on your sleeve in a way, but then you kind of rolled up those sleeves and you said, no, I'm not going to put myself out there because I'll get hurt, right? Or there will be an ending. Some of you, this is abandonment. Some of you, it's rejection. And I feel like you're coming home to yourself here. You're raising your vibration. You've done the healing work. I see that. A lot of you, this could be about not carrying other people's stuff or not carrying the weight of the world. Some of you may have even had shoulder issues here with the shoulders or even the back. Okay, this could be mid-back because this is about support. And some of you, you didn't feel supported in some way, shape, or form. And that tended to be, you know, an overload because you didn't feel the support and you felt like you had to carry everyone else or everything else, maybe even from a very early age. This is a very powerful month for you, not just because for a lot of you it's your birth month, Taurus, but we have eclipse season rolling in. We have a lot of shifts here taking place. And with these 3 in your final outcome, I mean, these are all high energies here. We have the 6, the 9. Some of you may even want to look into the 369 frequency as well, because I think that things are changing here in a drastic way for the better. So that is what I have for your love reading and relationships, but it almost feels like this is personal to you, to your energy. Yes, it may be that other people are in your life as well, but I feel like this is about you. I hope it resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for tuning in, Taurus. Lots of love.